today is Wednesday, October 9, 2024 at about 6 a.m. My name is Farah Firdos and today I will share with you 2 essays and 3 short stories. I hope you enjoy my video. Here is the first essay written by me. The correct response to mentally unstable humans is no response at all by Farah Firdos, written on Friday, June 14, 2024. All humans are a mixture of good and bad. When humans are good, they're mentally stable. On the other hand, when humans are bad, they're mentally unstable. And when humans are mentally unstable, there's a correct response and an incorrect response that is given. Generally, the correct response to mentally unstable humans is no response at all. However, one must manage mentally unstable humans as well. The incorrect responses to humans who are mentally unstable are to get annoyed at them, feel frustrated at them, get angry at them, feel despair, lose faith in people, lose hope in life, etc. If these responses are incorrect, why do humans respond in these ways? That is because you are automatically responding to the mentally unstable human at hand. A human behaves mentally unstable, and when you feel annoyed, let's say, your body is automatically responding. You have to teach your head and body to how to respond correctly. That is because most humans have the natural tendency to respond to mentally unstable humans in a negative way by feeling annoyed, let's say. You have to condition yourself to come out of this natural state. You must make sure you don't respond to mentally unstable humans by getting annoyed at them. You must stay calm and happy even when people act crazy, mentally unstable, and psychotic. When humans are mentally unstable, one must give no response. For example, when a human being steals money from you, one must stay happy and calm. You must get on with your day and life. Don't cry, feel sad, scream, yell, and so on. Think about it. If you feel frustrated or annoyed by mentally unstable humans' bad behaviors, what good does it do you? Does it make money fall from the sky magically? No. So why bother get annoyed? You don't profit from it. You only lose because it is a waste of your time and energy. Your perspective regarding mentally unstable humans must be correct. You must think of mentally unstable humans in the correct way instead of letting your head automatically and naturally respond to them, which is usually to get angry at them. Don't be smart about mentally unstable people. Don't fall for their sneaky and heinous acts. It is hypnotism and brainwashing. Don't let mentally unstable people trick your head. Even worse, don't let mentally unstable humans trigger you, especially when they might just pick at what is most important to you in your life, such as your dearest pet cat you had for 3 years named Patty, who you love so much. That is just a trick of these mentally unstable humans. No response must be given at all times to mentally unstable humans. There isn't anything good you will get from responding to mentally unstable humans. That is partly why the correct response to mentally unstable humans is no response at all. When you realize that, you will say to yourself quietly in your head, why did I ever feel annoyed at these bad people? You might even think to yourself, why did I ever let these crazy people get to me? I should have known better. And I shouldn't let psychotic people bring me down. And I won't let crazy people dictate my life. Does that even make sense? Why should a person who is messed up in her head tell you how to live your life like Adolf Hitler did? Even worse is if you ever listen and actually do what these psychotic humans tell you to do. Why don't you surround yourself with mentally stable and normal humans? That is your profit in life. Moreover, if your response to mentally unstable humans is to get annoyed and frustrated, it gives these humans satisfaction and joy. Unfortunately, as disturbing as it may seem, some humans of the human race actually get pleasure from hurting you. So, if you get annoyed or angry at mentally unstable humans, you are giving them the satisfaction they so much crave for. Well, if you have mentally unstable humans in your life and in your surroundings, you could always walk away. No one said you have to be around mentally unstable humans. If a human is behaving bad around you or with you, just walk away. Ignore, get on with your day, live your life to the fullest. You don't have to stick around. Stick around for what? For more annoyance, frustration, pain, nonsense? No one wants these things listed above, so that means you don't want these humans either. So, what should you do with mentally unstable humans? When humans are mentally unstable, one must manage these humans, and that is the one and only thing you should do. Just like when there is a snowstorm and you go outside, you bundle up. And that is how you manage bad weather. You don't get annoyed or frustrated with snow, right? You just manage it, right? Just like that, you must manage bad humans by giving them punishment of bad deeds, negative reinforcement of bad behavior, guidance in the correct path of life, advice about how to behave well, discipline, and so on. This way, these mentally unstable humans will be correctly dealt with. And your life and the world will be a lot better. Understand this. Mentally unstable humans aren't robots. They are humans just like me and you. If you call them ugly and disgusting, their feelings will be hurt. One must manage mentally unstable humans by teaching them how to appropriately behave instead of feeling grossed out by them. Hopefully, with enough guidance, knowledge, and advice, these mentally unstable humans will turn into mentally stable humans. Well, the correct response to mentally unstable humans is no response at all, yet you must manage mentally unstable humans simultaneously. Hopefully, more and more humans of the human race will turn into mentally stable humans with enough training and guidance. All right. Now that I shared the first essay of the 2 essays I'll share with you in this video, I will share with you the first short story written by me. Here it is. Preeti's mentally unstable state that Thursday evening. Written on Saturday, September 28, 2024 by Farah Firdos. Preeti is a girl who is in her 40s. She always tries very hard to stay mentally stable. That is because she understands that only while being mentally stable, you may lead a peaceful and successful life. However, every once in a while, Preeti still becomes mentally unstable and psychotic. Either she produces actions she isn't even aware of, such as eating junk food to come out of sadness. But Preeti doesn't give up. Even if psychosis is a natural human state that all humans go under sometimes, Preeti understands that if you monitor your mental state enough, you may manage psychosis and deal with it too. That is what Preeti did on a very busy Thursday. After taking care of herself and fulfilling her responsibilities all Thursday, Preeti was happy that she could finally relax. It was about 5:30 p.m. Preeti was taking a nap. Of course, as one of her goals in life is to stay mentally stable at all times, every once in a while Preeti checks her mental state. Is she happy or sad? Is she anxious or calm? And mental states such as these. As Preeti was taking a nap, she quickly checked her mental state and made a decision that she was mentally stable. Good, she thought, all is well. However, as Preeti does live in New York City, there's always lots of noise everywhere and at all times. Silence doesn't really exist in New York City, especially in Preeti's neighborhood, as she does live near a shopping center. So just as any other day, today was a very noisy day too in Preeti's home. That's why Preeti put on music as she was taking her nap to tune out her surroundings. At that moment, when Preeti was jamming her club remix in her room, she could sense that this type of music had the potential to make her mentally unstable. But because the music and songs were so good to listen to, she couldn't resist the urge to keep listening to these club remix songs. 5 minutes passed, another 5 minutes passed. She kept listening to these songs. Half hour passed. She kept listening to these songs. 1 hour passed. She kept listening. At this point, Preeti was 99.9% mentally unstable. It is very important to understand here that listening to fast-beat songs for a long time will make you crazy in the head. In other words, mentally unstable. Your thinking becomes impaired, your brain shuts down, you're mentally sleeping, you're unable to plan, etc. You won't be able to function well at this point. So it was about 7 p.m. Preeti was feeling hungry. She made the decision that she will buy food, eat, and then sleep. Good that she was capable of doing this. Doing what? Making these decisions. Yet, actually carrying out these plans, she couldn't do very well. For example, Preeti wore a see-through shirt without tank top. You could see her bra and she didn't look appropriate to go outside this way. And Preeti's mentally unstable behaviors didn't end there, which would have been great, right? She bought 2 slices of pizza and a soda, and she was eating the pizza in her room. As she was eating the pizza in her room, she wasn't aware that she was actually eating the pizza. Only when she woke up to reality at about 11 p.m. did she realize she was actually eating pizza, because there was the pizza box on her couch. At 11 p.m., as Preeti was thinking back to 8 p.m. about when she was eating the pizza, she could clearly remember how she wasn't aware of the fact that she was eating the pizza. Each bite Preeti took of her pizza slice, Preeti didn't even know she was eating it. That is a very psychotic and mentally unstable state that she was in. It is very important to understand here that humans sometimes produce actions they're unaware of. This means people do things in life sometimes that they have no idea, they just did it. This happens because the human at hand is suffering in a state of psychosis and is very mentally unstable. Fortunately, humans do come out of this state after some time, and only then are they able to become conscious of the fact that they produce these certain actions. One reason why humans are sometimes unaware of the actions they produce out of others is that the human at hand is hypnotized by certain stimuli. In Preeti's case, her hypnotist is the club remix music and songs that she was jamming in her room at about 5 p.m. as she was taking a nap. Because the human at hand is hypnotized, this human is unable to produce actions that she is in control of. The human loses control of herself. The music takes control of her and then dictates and guides her behaviors, actions, and thoughts. Only when the music comes out of her head does she come back to reality, and that is when she's able to logically behave. But Preeti was jamming, because Preeti was jamming club remix music and songs at 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. about, she stayed mentally unstable until about 11 p.m. That is because the music was stuck in her head until 11 p.m. about, which was fully controlling her until 11 p.m. about. Luckily, at around 11 p.m., Preeti came back to her senses. She could touch reality. For 6 whole hours, you have a human who is in a mentally unstable state. And that is very common. It happens all the time. It is actually a normal human state. You don't have the power to prevent yourself from being mentally unstable sometimes. Yet, you have the power on how you handle your mental states, such as psychosis, hypnotism, sadness, anxiety, etc. Preeti was very happy to gain her consciousness at about 11 p.m. What happened to my couch? She thought. There was an open pizza box, an empty soda bottle, and dirty napkins on her couch. And don't forget her cell phone, her keys, and her clothes all over her couch as well. What a mess! That is what happens when you are hypnotized and mentally unstable. This evening was a learning experience for Preeti. She learned that it matters what you expose yourself to. That is because the body does mentally and physically respond. For example, Preeti exposed herself to club remix music and songs, and for over 1 hour too. And that was the cause of her psychosis, hypnotism, and mentally unstable state. Well, it all matters. It all matters how you sit, how you talk, how you dress, how you carry yourself. Everything has significance. So the next action you choose to produce, think. Think very hard, because it does have consequences. It does have an effect on you, all right? So that was the first short story that I wanted to share with you in this video. And now I will share with you the second and last essay I wrote. I hope you enjoy it. Here it is. Live by facts instead of by your head. Written on Thursday, October 3, 2024 by Farah Firdos. There are a lot of feelings that come in the head of humans. Majority of these ideas are false, yet humans live by the feelings that they get in their head. So that means majority of the time humans are leading incorrect lives. On the other hand, there are things that are true. These are called facts. Humans who live by facts are leading the correct lives. Facts are always correct. Your head is usually wrong. So why would you live by your head? Facts don't change. Facts are valid. Facts are true. The head is no good. It is actually your enemy. It is the head that will get you into trouble in life. You must ignore and reject your head. There are various types of mental states that your head goes into: hypnotism, sadness, happiness, anger, psychosis, anxiety, etc. And living your life based on these states that your head goes into is wrong. you see the head is usually wrong. You are better off without it. That is why it is so good to pretend you don't have a head at all. The head could also become conditioned to feel things which aren't real. For example, through classical conditioning, punishment, reward, etc. Humans feel things that aren't real sometimes. For example, take the idea that looks have meaning. This is a feeling that comes in a human's head sometimes. And looks have no meaning. When a human lives by her head, she will listen to the idea that looks have meaning that comes in her head and live life by this idea that came in her head. Looks have meaning is a false belief that humans live by. Looks could never have meaning. Yet your head will feel meaning of look. Yet your head will feel meaning of looks sometimes. It is a natural human tendency to give meaning to looks. Yet looks have no meaning. You are supposed to ignore this feeling that comes in your head, which is that looks have meaning. The fact is, looks could never have meaning. If you live by this fact, you are leading a correct lifestyle. And this idea that looks have meaning is just one example out of many examples of feelings that humans have which aren't real in their head. Other facts to live by are things such as you must eat to survive, drink water to survive, you must poop and pee as a human that you are, and so on. Sometimes in your head you may feel sadness, which will make you want to skip dinner, for instance. If you listen to this feeling in your head, you will stay hungry that evening, and skipping dinner is the incorrect way to live. Live by facts. Eat, sleep, poop, pee, shower, wear clean clothes, take care of yourself, etc. Complete these things regularly because these are facts that are real, valid, true, and correct. They aren't hypnotic states. They aren't feelings you get out of being conditioned by stimuli such as people's beliefs and society's rules. It is a good idea to picture yourself without a head. Pretend your head is chopped off. And then think, how would you live your life? The answer could be to live by facts. For example, the fact is, getting a gift from a friend doesn't equate to trust in this friend. Getting a gift from a friend doesn't mean that this friend will be honest with you. Your friend could still potentially lie to you after giving you a gift. The fact is that it is when a friend tells you the truth that is what makes the friend trustworthy. Getting a gift from a friend creates a feeling of trust in this friend which isn't real. So don't live by this feeling that you get in your head, which is that getting a gift equates to trust, and instead live by the fact that gifts have no meaning and that when a person tells you the truth means he is trustworthy. Unfortunately, humans feel things in their head which then guides their behavior. Feelings humans get in their head also dictates their actions and decisions. All of this is wrong. The fact is, you must eat to survive. Fact is, sounds you hear have no meaning. Dictate your actions and decisions based on facts instead of your head. You will feel lots of things in your head. For example, anxiety. But anxiety doesn't change facts, such as 1 plus 1 equals 2 into 1 plus 1 equals 3, does it? No. So why should you change? You're still the same person with the same name, culture, birth date, etc. Just because you're panicking, for instance, because maybe you encountered a problem that your head is panicking, that doesn't change the facts. Instead of changing yourself, you must stay the same. Because you are the same. You didn't change. That your life changed is just a feeling you get in your head which isn't real. And the same goes for feeling angry and all other feelings. The correct response to your head is to ignore it. The correct response to your head is no response at all. All the things you feel in your head, reject them as you would your enemies. You will feel so much things in your head, and they usually aren't real. Strictly live by facts. Strictly live by facts. Ignore your head. Your head is a conditioned stimuli. Facts aren't a conditioned stimuli. Facts are real. They actually exist and are true. You may rely on facts and depend on them. Life will feel less mysterious and hard when you live by facts. You will see every day, eat, sleep, poop, pee, wear clean clothes, make a to-do list and complete it, etc. These are facts you may depend on to live by. The head isn't reliable and dependable because it is conditioned and feels things that aren't usually real. Unfortunately, the head is crazy and wrong about life and how to live it. But what are facts? Facts are things that are true. And what is a head? A head is incorrect. A head doesn't necessarily contain facts, neither is it made up of facts. A good example is food. You must eat to survive. That is a fact. If you follow this fact, you will eat every day. That is the correct way to live as well as the correct way to eat. Additionally, In your head, you may sometimes get the urge to eat when you feel down to make yourself feel better. This is just a feeling in your head. You shouldn't fulfill this urge that you get in your head. It is wrong to eat food to feel better when you feel down. Food is eaten for survival. Food isn't eaten to feel better when you feel down. Yet your head will have the urge to eat food to feel better when you are feeling down. This is a good example of how you should live by facts instead of by what your head feels. You will get various types of urges in your head, and you aren't supposed to fulfill any of these urges. For example, the urge to laugh in public, the urge to talk out loud in public, the urge to produce crazy behaviors when something negative happens to you, the urge to eat food when you are depressed, and so on. These urges come in your head. Yet another reason why you shouldn't listen to your head. Well, humans are emotional beings. Humans are also conditioned beings sometimes. You could evoke feelings within humans by exposing them to specific things, and these feelings come in the head. You talk in a sweet tone of voice to a human, she is happy. You instruct this human the same thing in a harsh tone of voice, and she is upset. This is what is meant by humans are sometimes conditioned, yet the instructions were the same. Yet another reason why the head is wrong and must be rejected. For example, let's say you are making coffee. If you live by your head, there's a chance that you will be unsuccessful in making the coffee. At all times, your head is in a variety of mental states simultaneously. At the same time, your head is calm, anxious, worried, sad, happy, and so on. If you live by your head when making coffee, it is possible that you might break your coffee cup. Let's say as you grab the coffee pot and your coffee cup, and as you pour the coffee in your coffee cup from your coffee pot, if a negative thought comes in your head, such as my boyfriend is probably cheating on me, you have the chance of dropping your coffee cup. That is because you're living by your head. When that thought comes in your head, it will cause you to feel sad and anxious. This anxiety and sadness will cause your hands to shake, which will lead you to drop your coffee cup. In this same situation, if you live by facts, you will most likely make your coffee successfully. Living by facts means living by ideas that are true. For example, eat, sleep, poop, pee every day. And living by facts means living by other ideas too, such as looks have no meaning, tile has no meaning, sounds have no meaning, etc. When you pour your coffee in your coffee cup, you will simply pour your coffee and then you're done. You know to simply grab your coffee cup, grab your coffee pot, and then pour the coffee. That is all you know. That is all you live by. You won't drop your coffee cup because you are ignoring your head. Your hands won't shake, 99% guaranteed. The head isn't good for you. The head is your enemy. Facts are good for you. Facts are your friend. So live by facts, all right? So that was the second and last essay I wanted to share with you in this video. And now I will share with you another short story, the second one. Hope you enjoy it. Here it is. How Becky's black velvet blouse almost ruined her upper body. Written on Sunday, September 22, 2024 by Farah Firdos. It was a beautiful Sunday morning. Becky was feeling well rested and peaceful because it was the weekend. She rested and meditated during most of her day yesterday, which was Saturday, and she was looking forward to a relaxing yet fun Sunday. Becky woke up at around 7 a.m. She ate breakfast and got ready to go outside to just have some fun. To get ready, Becky put on a pant and a black velvet blouse with shoes. Little did Becky know that what this black velvet blouse had in store for her on this beautiful Sunday. Becky spent her entire Sunday outside from about 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. She went to Central Park, the movie theater, as well as a restaurant to eat. She really enjoyed her Sunday. Becky really did. At about 8 p.m., Becky reached home. When she went inside her room, she put her bag on the couch. Then she took her shoes off. It was time for Becky to shower and then sleep. Becky took off her pants as well as her black velvet blouse. She entered the bathroom to take a shower in her bathtub. Becky had a mirror that is to the right of her bathtub. As Becky made her way to the bathtub, she did pass this mirror. Ah! Becky screamed. That is because most of Becky's upper body, such as her belly, hands, chest, and her back, was all gray. Ashy gray. That is because the black velvet shirt she wore that day left these marks on Becky's upper body. Becky was panicking and confused about what was the solution to this problem. Becky didn't want her beautiful fair skin to look so gray and ugly for the rest of her life. Luckily, after showering, all the marks went away. Becky's beautiful fair skin wasn't destroyed. She was saved from this potential negative event. This was a learning experience for Becky. She learned that one must be very careful about our actions before producing them. Think before you act would be the advice Becky would give to others. Fortunately, Becky's black velvet blouse didn't ruin the skin of her upper body, alright? So that was the second short story I want to share with you in this video. And now I'll share with you the last short story as well as the last piece of writing in this video. Enjoy. Here it is. That Train Ride by Farah Firdos, written on Monday, September 9, 2024. It was a very exciting day for Teresa. She was getting ready for her date with her boyfriend very early in the day. When she was all dressed up, she stepped out of her house. She walked to the subway station and hopped on the train on her way to her date. Suddenly, the train just took off. At first, Teresa was playing with her cell phone as she was riding this train. However, after a few seconds, she looked up to see that the train was out of service. She was shocked. How could an out-of-service train possibly take off with a passenger in it? Teresa got extremely scared, and her fear just increased when she saw an MTA employee come in the car she was in from another car of this train. Teresa thought to herself, will this MTA employee rape me? Thankfully, he didn't. He just sat near her without saying a word to her either. At this point of this train ride, Teresa is panicking. Where are all the passengers? Oh, and when she thought things couldn't get any worse, the train just stopped suddenly in the middle of nowhere. There was no cell phone service, and the empty employee was still there, just sitting there. Fortunately, instead of the train just staying put in one place, the train was going forward towards the next stop. This train then went back to the first stop it came from suddenly. Teresa was so relieved, especially because she didn't get hurt. The train stopped at the first stop it came from. The train picked up some passengers. The train was no longer out of service. It was in service at this point of the day. The conductor of the train announced, "Stand clear of the closing doors." And then this in-service train took off, going towards the next stop with Teresa in it. So that was the last short story as well as the last piece of writing I will share with you in this video. I hope that you enjoyed my 2 essays as well as the 3 short stories that I shared with you in this video. I hope that you learned some things by listening to my video, such as how the correct response to mentally unstable humans is no response at all, such as how being mentally unstable is something that happens sometimes. I hope that you learn things such as living life by facts is the correct way to live instead of living by your head. I hope that you learn things by listening to my short story about Becky's black velvet blouse, that it's good to think before you act, that you should think before you act, and that I hope you enjoyed the short story about the train ride. All right,